Hello, in this tutorial I will show you how to run second level analysis on task switching. The reason why task switching is different from Tower of London and MATLAB is that because we have another regressor that is the end that the participant had to use to answer. So, as you know, in task switching, we have two conditions, stay condition and a switch condition, and the switch condition, in the switch condition, so we gave them, we gave to the participant a rule at the beginning of the task saying press right when you see a square and press left when you see a triangle, and then we cued the participant through the experiment for them to change this the end they were using during the experiment. So when they had to switch, if before they were using left for the triangle and right for the square, now they will use left for the square, right for the triangle, and so on. So we included also the left and the right hand as a regressor in the first level analysis, and they are regressor of interest. So we will include it in the second level analysis. So how you do the analysis? Okay, start SPM fMRI. Go on specify second level, select your directory. So the directory in my case is in this folder. So this is the folder where your SPM will be saved, where your statistical matrix and your data will be saved. Go to design and select full factorial, and we will have three factors in for this task: condition, and group. So we want to create other two factors by clicking. If you click on factors and then new factors, you will create them. So let's go to the first one, which is condition, and we call it condition. And condition has two levels, which are stay and switch. These two levels are not independent, because if switch is occurring, stay is not occurring, and so on. And the variance is equal. Now we go to the second factor that we create, and we call it AND. And also AND has two levels, left and right. These two levels again are not independent, because you either use the left hand or the right hand, and the variance is equal. Again, factor, name, group. Group also has two levels, which are def and during. So I write two here, and these are independent, and the variance are unequal. So you will leave it how it is. Now we have to create cells. as we did for working memory and Tower of London, for each combination between condition and group, there will be two level. Because it's a 2 by 2 by 2, we will have basically we have 8 cells, and I created so 3, 5, 6, 7 and 8, and we start from the beginning. So remember, in the first factor is condition, the second factor is and, the third factor is group. For condition, we'll attribute 1 to control and 2 to 1 to stay and 2 to switch. For and, we'll attribute 1 to right and 2 to left, and for group we will attribute 1 to hearing and 2 to deaf. So we start with 1 control, stay, 1 right, 1 hearing. And now we go in the first level analysis folder, which is this one, and we will take the beta value for right during the stay condition for all the hearing participant, and this is beta 6. So for each hearing participant I am going to take beta 6. Again, be careful to don't click twice, because you will deselect whatever you have selected, and to don't select a file that you don't need, because they will be analyzed. It's a good practice that at the end, when you finish, to include all the file of interest, you look at them and check that everything is all right and everything makes sense for you. So finishing this up, I have a few participants. So if you go here, you can check, okay? You can check what you have included, and you also can check that there is not a file that should not be here. For example, if you for mistake included beta 7, you could see and deselect it. So I press done. And now I have 20 files for my for this cell. I go to the next cell, and the next cell will be control left hand hearing a participant 1 to 1. My left hand, the beta value for the stay condition and the left hand is beta 5, so I'll select beta 5 for each of my hearing participant. Very important when you do this, and for Mars bar analysis, please do not move the first level and second level analysis folder around. They have to be, they have to be in the, so basically the first level analysis has to be in the position where it was when you run the second level analysis, otherwise Mars bar will not be able to run this analysis. So this is very important. Do not move the first level analysis folder or files around, because this will prevent you to be able to do the second level analysis. So again, I think I didn't do any mistake here, so I press done. And again, as you can see, here we have the same number because it's the same group, and you want to have the same number when you are, so an easy way to check if you didn't do any mistake is checking if you have the same number of participants across group. Now I want to look at the switch condition, right hand hearing participant. The beta value in this case is beta 2, so I'll start uploading all the beta 2 for each participant. Also, I just noticed that my bronzeware window were already in task in the switching folder. You may need to browseware around the computer to find it, but this is something just something for you to know, that it may not be in the same folder. You need to navigate into the computer and find it. Almost done. Yeah, this can be a bit boring, but it's very important that you do well and you don't do mistake in this, because if you do mistake you will mess up with the analysis. So just to concentrate, even though it's a bit boring. So levels, we have to do switch left hand and again hearing group. Okay, so as you see, we have done each combination between and condition for the hearing group, and this will be beta 1. So left hand left hand switch condition for is beta 1. I mentioned in the other video, do not confound beta with contrast. I may explain you what they are later, but what's the difference between them. But in this case, for this analysis, you want to use the beta, not the contrast. Okay, so do not in this case do not use contrast 1, but use beta 1. Okay, almost done. So the hearing group is complete. Now we go and do the deaf group. So for the deaf group, we start again with stay condition right hand, but we put 2 because it's the deaf group. And as you may remember, the right hand for stay condition is 6, beta 6. So we start from 101, we go to beta 6. and do this for each participant. Almost done. Okay. And as you can see, the def are 23, not 20, but that's totally fine because it's another group. So level, now the level will be again 1 because it's the stay condition, 2 because it's the left hand, and 2 because it's the def group. And the beta is beta 5. So we go on 101, which is our first def participant, and beta. No, sorry, I made a mistake. Go back. It's beta 5, not beta 2. Beta 5. But you can see this which beta is what on the Excel file I have shared with you. So no worry about that. Okay, again 23, same number, we are good. Now we have 2 because it's the switch condition. We have 1 because it's the right hand, and 2 is the def group, and it's gonna be beta 2. So go to 1 by 1, 101, which is my first participant, and I select beta 2. Tons of participants. We do 1 by 1. and that's it. We have the last one, which is to switch to left to def, and again will be beta 1. And because we have the left and the right, you can see, I will show you how to look at the left and right motor activity, which is a good way for you to control that your analysis are done properly, because the response for left and right, it's very common. It's not that something that will vary across your participant. Is a very basic response of the brain, right? So if this is not working, that means that there is definitively something wrong with your analysis, or with your design, or the way you included the file in your design. And so this is a nice way for us to check if our design is working. So 2 participant left, and done. Okay, now you leave everything else here how it is. The thing I always recommend you to do is to press save, and to save your batch, because if you save your batch, I will save this as task switching. We can check later if you made any mistake. You can check yourself if you made any mistake, and yeah, you can go back if you have to change something, for example, very easily. So save the batch, run. As you can see, a matrix is created, and each square corresponds to one of each combination between condition and group. Now I am going to press on the menu of SPM. I press estimate, so I'm going to estimate my results. It will ask me to select my SPM, so I go to my second level analysis, and select the SPM for switching, run. Give the time, and now we can go to results, and again select the right one, which is here, second level, switching, and okay, so if I go, for example, on the main effect of condition, I can look at what was my activity during switching more than stay. I can also see the main effect of end, which the one I was talking about. As you can see, we have the motor cortex here. We can see the main effect of group, and want to use a lower threshold here because I already know what's going on. So if I use a lower threshold, that's maybe too low. Anyway, for the main effect of group, we can see pretty nicely that there is some temporal activity here, because this is the deaf more than hearing. Yeah, that's basically it. In the other tutorial, the one about Tower of London, I show how to create contrast create a new contrast and see, for example, depth more than nearing, or I don't know, control more the stay more than switch. So you can look at the other tutorial for understand how it is. And if you have any question, please email me. Thank you very much.